How's it going? Adam Drake here, and today I want to talk about a couple features on the HOBBYWING XR8 Pro G3 speed controller that I haven't really used much until recently, and I've been really happy with tuning and adjusting these settings. So first one we're going to talk about is the softening value. So when I started using HOBBYWING, this was a feature that was new to me. Some other ESCs on the market don't have a softening value, and HOBBYWING does. When I looked at some of the setup sheets from Mayfield and Rivkin for their 8 scales, they normally would use the softening value at 0, so that's where I started. I was really happy with the feeling and performance, so that's where I kind of left it for quite some time. But recently, I've spent a lot more time kind of fine-tuning and tweaking my HOBBYWING stuff, and softening value was something that I found very useful, especially if the track conditions changed. So when I was using softening value at 0, it works great for when it's high grip. Also, I use the clutch system quite a bit, so that kind of smooths out the bottom end. When I did a lot of this testing, I first did it without the clutch because I wanted to make the motor ESC combo as smooth as possible. And then with the clutch, I just know that makes it even a little bit smoother as well. But so with the softening value, I kind of played with the whole range a little bit. Again, I started at 0. I kind of finalized or ended up on 20 for the softening value, so a pretty big change. And with the softening value, like I mentioned, I have some notes here. So lower value would be for high grip or when you need more bottom end. So high grip running 0 to 10 would be a really good range. If it's lower grip and you're looking to kind of smooth out that power to help put the kind of the traction to the ground, I would say you would be in that 15 to 20 range. The next setting would be the softening range. So this is going to control kind of the length that the softening value, the length of time that the softening value is kind of working. So again, I'll go off my notes here. Lower the value would be for higher grip. So I used to run the softening range at 0. So basically I would have the softening value and range essentially turned off. When you need more bottom end, the lower the range, the better. Higher will determine where the softening starts and ends. Higher will make the softening last longer. So the more throttle input you give it, kind of the longer that softening range will help out. So again, if you're in lower grip condition, or maybe you don't quite have the right tires for the conditions, so you're lacking a little bit of grip, you can adjust the softening value and range. You'll want to turn both of those up for lower grip conditions to kind of smooth out the power. So the softening range, like I said, I went from, when I did the testing, I went through, I would go like kind of 10 at a time. So from 0 to 10, 20, 30, 40. I ended up at 50 for the softening range and with a softening value of 20. Now, if I'm running on a really high grip track, I have tons of traction, I may go back to 0 for the softening value and softening range. But these are just settings that I kind of wanted to give a little bit of general information to let you guys know how much and how powerful this is to kind of fine tune the delivery of your power with the HOBBYWING XR8 Pro G3. So use these settings, tweak and play with it. It's not gonna, again, making a pretty big jumps. So from 0 to 20, 0 to 50 with the softening range. Even if you're making this big adjustment, you're not going to go out and go, I don't have enough power to, clear certain jumps. It's just going to smooth out the power. So you'll have the same overall speed from the motor and ESC. It's just going to be much smoother from 0 to 100. So those are two features with the HOBBYWING XR8 Pro G3 that, again, very powerful for fine-tuning the power band. I'll do a couple other videos. I have one that I want to do on throttle rate control because that was also an adjustment that made a big difference in the overall feeling and delivery of the power, but I'll do that in a separate video. Again, just sharing some information on the HOBBYWING products.